Breaking right now, the British MSM might be deciding to propagate Prince Harry and Meghan Markle's ludicrous messages, might decide that Prince Harry and Meghan Markle are the good guys and Prince William and King Charles are the enemy. But amazingly, it's the formerly woke American mainstream media that are reporting the truth. Our source said, the feeling is the Sussexes are on the grift again and having their begging bowl out to King Charles to save them. They really are like a pair of con artists and not very good ones. Tash, I was like, hallelujah. Hallelujah, because this is what I'm hearing, Tash. This is how people really within the royal family feel about Prince Harry and Meghan Markle. Not the way that it's being portrayed in the British mainstream media at the moment, who are desperately trying to rehabilitate them. Sure, Charles feels a bit of sympathy, but trust me, Tash, he doesn't want to give these two grifters any money. That's his biggest worry. And they do have the begging bowl out. They may not have asked, but why the hell did they start these peace talks if it wasn't about money?
I think this is the truest article really that's come out. I think with all of the talk about Harry wants peace, Harry wants to share his diary. No, I believe that Harry has gone there. Well, not Harry himself, obviously, but he sent his staff. And I think it is all to do with money. We recently found out about Netflix. We know that they've lost all of their other big contracts. Even Lemonada were not interested in having season 2 of a female founder because, of course, it was another boring snore fest with Meghan loving the sound of her own voice. But this is the thing with it that drives me insane. Like, you're seeing the complete, it's like the Twilight Zone. We're seeing the American media actually calling it out. And then we're seeing the British media now trying to gaslight everybody that Harry wants peace. He doesn't. I believe it's all to do with finances, which is a bloody cheek in itself when you think the millions that he left the royal family with. He turned 40, and I believe that he came into some more money in the investments that he would have had that money put into over the years. And then, of course, Charles was still giving them millions, despite Harry's lies on Oprah. Millions! What the average person could do with 1 million. And Harry has had lots of them also given to him.
Even since moving. That's the point. People forget that all the time, Tash. Thank you for raising it. People forget he did support them. He did say, I'll support you while you get on your feet. But they are very well and truly on their feet now. They are the ones that have decided to overstretch themselves in terms of their lifestyle. And Charles should absolutely not be having to fund it for a single second.
No, it doesn't. But we have had moments like this before. As I said, this is not the first time, Dan, that we have heard Harry going MIA and Harry staying at hotels and Harry avoiding Meghan's calls. And it looked like that they were heading for a divorce. I think it was at some point last year. And then, of course, we got the super duper loved up photographs of the couple, them kissing and canoodling when they went to Colombia. Then we had the Invictus Games where Meghan used the Invictus Games as a platform to show the world that they were more in love than ever before. So they do have these dips, whether they've come back round again and this is a genuine dip, or perhaps with Meghan, this is just another opportunity. She's working with a whole new PR team. What we'll do is we'll make it out so everybody starts thinking that apparently this is going to be the end, and then we'll come back and then we'll show the world that we're a united family. Or perhaps there's one person, I can't remember the name, they spoke to me on Twitter. They said perhaps Harry and Meghan are now trying to trick the royal family that they're breaking up, so Harry could get his foot back into the door and then it would be, surprise, we're back together, everybody. I mean, who knows with these two? We always know that they're plotting and planning something, and we know, above all else, they're very duplicitous.
What is really going on with Prince Harry? That's the question royal watchers have been asking after reports claimed the Duke of Sussex appeared to go missing from the spotlight once again. And now, a new wave of speculation is spreading online. According to recent reports and commentary, Harry's latest solo movements have sparked fresh questions about his relationship with Meghan Markle and his future direction. Some headlines have gone even further, suggesting he has been distancing himself from both royal drama and the constant public attention surrounding his personal life. But what's fact, and what's simply speculation? Let's break it down. For years, Prince Harry and Meghan Markle have presented themselves as a united team. From stepping back as working royals to launching major media projects in the United States, the couple has often emphasized their shared goals and vision. Yet, in recent months, royal commentators have increasingly focused on Harry's solo appearances. Whether attending events alone, traveling independently, or pursuing separate projects, these moments have fueled endless discussion. Now, reports claiming Harry stayed at a hotel during a recent trip have reignited those conversations. Almost immediately, social media exploded. Some interpreted the reports as evidence of growing distance between the Sussexes. Others argued there could be countless practical explanations that have nothing to do with relationship problems. After all, public figures frequently travel separately for work and personal commitments. Still, the timing of these reports has only intensified public curiosity. The phrase "gone missing" has become a favorite among commentators whenever Harry temporarily disappears from public view. But in reality, stepping away from cameras is not unusual. Unlike working royals who maintain packed public schedules, Harry now enjoys far greater control over his appearances. That means periods of silence often become fertile ground for rumors. And rumors are exactly what have been spreading. Some commentators claim Harry may be seeking more independence in his public role. Others suggest he is simply focusing on projects away from media attention. There is currently no verified evidence supporting claims of a major breakdown in his marriage. Nevertheless, the speculation continues.
And so Meghan is, of course, going to be looking at what happens here and thinking, well, is this a game plan for me after my marriage ends? I mean, and it's also very difficult, isn't it, when a best friend who you have ghosted goes through something like this and actually you can't be there for them. So put it this way, with all of that going on, divorce is on Meghan's mind.
I agree with you. I do agree that she's definitely thought about it from the moment she got that first ring on her finger, Dan. I don't believe, this is my personal beliefs, I do not believe she married Harry for love. She married him for fame, for status, and for money. And she's got that, but it is beginning to dwindle now. She's lost that royal sparkle. She's milked that cow for all it's worth, as it were. And a divorce would be financially beneficial to her. With regards to Jessica Mulroney was Meghan's first major successful social climb. She charmed Jessica, she got in with the Trudeaus, and you can see, like a spider spinning its web, Meghan really learned how to network. And I think it was very sad in a way how Meghan could just cut Jessica off like that, but Meghan has done this to her own father. So I don't think it's anything new with Meghan. She has a history of trampling over people to get to what she wants. But the fact that it was also called out that Meghan had been shopping around for a divorce book to see what sort of payout she could get for it. I mean, that must have been, I think that was in one of the big reveals, that might have even been Vanity Fair, wasn't it, earlier in the year, where someone outed her for shopping around for a divorce book. That must have been playing on Harry's mind. It must be sitting there in the back thinking, well, maybe my wife, doesn't love me as much as she says. I mean, who shops round for a divorce book payout? But yes, I do believe that she would probably be watching the fallout from Jessica Mulroney, but not because she cares about Jessica. I think she's made that very clear. The fact that she threw her to the wolves completely.
Totally. Oh, no, I completely agree. And it's also about, what does this mean for me? Like, this marriage that did so much for Jessica Mulroney, that changed the shape of her life, it's over. Where does she go now? She's sort of been cancelled. Meghan is cancelled in a different sort of way. So what does it mean for me? Tash, you have also this week suggested, because there's a lot of speculation that Prince Harry is talking about this new book, and you have suggested that there is potentially some threats and blackmailing going on, posting on X. So Harry has hinted that he has enough material for Spare 2.0. He revealed that he has evidence that will shock the public as it was so damaging. Do we think that Harry will resort to blackmailing his family, because he has certainly been dropping some threats? Well, Tash, let me put your own question to you. What do you think?
I do. I do. I believe that Harry's motivations for suddenly trying to speak to his father, whether it's through aid, this whole gesture, which really wasn't about sharing his diary arrangements, I believe that financially he's now concerned. I believe that he needs either access to the royal family so he can sell more stories, or he's after money. I don't believe, as I said earlier, that Harry wants to make amends with his family at all. Otherwise, he wouldn't continuously attack them. But he has dropped some serious threats. You know, he has said that he had more than enough for a second, I think he even said a second and third book. He has said that I know that my family would never, you know, my entire family would never forgive me if I did another book. But I think that ship sailed long ago. But he did say again, it was only May that he found evidence so shocking and so damaging in that court case, bearing in mind his whole interview was to do with the royal family, the royal household. So it's clearly obvious that he means in something to do with his family. It was so damaging and damning that it would shock the public. So, yes, I do think that Harry has been dropping thinly veiled threats, the same as Meghan does when she speaks. You know, she'll say something like, I just want people to tell the truth about me. You know, it's all things like that. These two have never stopped throwing barbs at the royal family and these little threats. Meghan did weeks before the Queen died in the Cut magazine. She was still saying something word salady about her song hasn't been sung yet and she could continue to speak if she chooses to. These two are all about the threats, and I think they're getting desperate financially, and I think that they would definitely plot something as far as blackmail towards the royal family.
Indeed. I mean, nothing can be ruled out now, unfortunately, with them. Nothing can be ruled out. Look what they did, Tesh. When people say to me, oh, no, you're going too far. Do you know my response? Look at what they did, Tash, when money was no object to them. Look at what they did when they still had the support of the Hollywood establishment, of the woke elite.
Exactly.
But I mean, I just think this is face saving. Honestly, it's face saving on both parts. And it's because Netflix, right? It's just no skin off their nose. Like a first look deal is nothing, right? Like there's no financial commitment. There's nothing they really have to do. And of course, I've always been pointing out Meghan has leveraged this personal friendship with Ted Sarandos because of his black wife. And that's why she was able to get out of this. But the fact, Tash, that they took so long to come back with any form of rebuttal, they allowed the story to run in all of their favored media outlets last week, including People magazine. It's like, this was just so weak. It was so weak. And of course, the proof will be in the pudding as well. Because actually, just before I get you to weigh in, Tash, I wanted to show you what Meghan Markle previously said about the Netflix deal when she was on that Variety red carpet, because it just shows you how she lies. Because she said, there's so much on the slate, we just can't announce it yet. Watch this.
What you're doing now. You have now come into Hollywood in a producerial capacity. What is inspiring you? And as you're kind of looking to make these new projects, what is the thing that is, driving the work that you're going to put out into the business?
Things that make people feel, I was going to say good, but it's more than that. Things that make people feel something, right? And feel a sense of community. But we have so many exciting things on the slate. I can't wait until we can announce them. But I'm just really proud of what we're creating. My husband is loving it too. It's really fun.
We're here anytime you want to make those announcements.
Okay, thank you. Thank you. We'll get in touch then. Yeah.
We're thrilled to have you here as one of our honorees, our alumni.
Tash,
so nice to see you.
It's great to be
Thank
Tash, of course, none of those announcements ever came. Because there was nothing on the slate. She's just a liar. This is all just lies and spin.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, the fact that she's talking about we're making content that will make you feel. Polo made me feel like I wanted to change the channel. What else did Live to Lead? That made me want to go to sleep. I didn't even make it after the first, I think, 5 minutes. And I just thought, I just can't do this. I just can't face it. And Meghan's, with Love Meghan famously, that really made me feel. It made me want to laugh out loud. It made me want to vomit. It made me want to throw something at the TV. I mean, she's so ridiculous every time they talk about everything that they're going to do at Netflix. I remember when they first announced the deal, you know, they were only the many deals, they were only going to work with grassroots organizations. They had all of these big things that were planned. And the only successful thing they ever did was completely attacking the royal family. And Netflix, it's very clear, like you said, that they've had such a weak response. You think if they really cared about Meghan and trying to really push her still, they would have done more of a clap back saying, you know, shutting down the rumors of the deal and things like that. The fact that Meghan has said that they are a partner of her As Ever brand, why would they be announcing or allowing it to be announced so early that she's basically being dropped from her huge contract? That's not going to do their partnership that great if they are concerned with selling Meghan's merchandise. But as many people did report, it was the final nail in the coffin for them, because they know that Meghan's been outed for selling white label goods. They are made by other people, other companies, for other companies. She just sticks her label on it and makes a ridiculous amount of profit. And the wine just did not sell. It did eventually sell out, but that's because, like everything, it was a tiny batch. Meghan bigs up everything that she does, but time and time again, she never comes through with anything. She never has the goods at the end of it.
Tash,
yeah,
manic Meghan.
Yeah.
I could see that coming on because it's so true. She does stick to nothing.
She sticks to nothing and she jumps from one project to the next because Meghan only likes the short burst of attention that she gets. So this is why she's constantly going from one project to the next. It's not because she cares about the project. It's not because she wants to work hard. It's because when she comes up with something new, she gets to appear in a magazine. She gets to have another photo shoot. Someone might put a microphone, Lord help us all, in front of her to talk about her new project. And then she can talk about how fabulous and how excited she is and what she's actually going to do. And then she's like, okay, I'm bored now. I'm on to the next thing. She is like a child. Link obviously smashed it out of the park, and he's perfect with his analogy of Meghan. She is completely manic, and it's because she doesn't care about any of the projects. She's only wanting the flash in the pan, the attention, the photo shoots, perhaps an opportunity to pick up another accolade, certainly an appearance on a red carpet. She just wants to see her name in lights, and that's why she flits from one thing to the next, because she doesn't care about anything or anyone other than herself.
It's so telling, isn't it? It's okay to say, I'm not comfortable asking that. Shut up, don't expose me, Emma Grede. Really interesting. I hadn't picked up on it before.
Yeah, I mean, I again, like anything with Meghan, I can't watch the whole thing. But yeah, that almost... Yeah, there were a couple of points in that interview where she did, you can see her jaw locks. You can see when Meghan's not happy about something, her eye contact shifts, it changes. She has a mask slip. You can see the jawline. She no longer looks friendly and approachable and smiley. She's basically like, listen, you perfect photographs here. You can just see this definite side to her where she's like, I'm not in control right now. I don't like where this is going. Her ideal sort of podcast was the Jamie Kern-Lima one, where, you know, they were just nodding and smiling and telling each other how fabulous that they are, because Meghan was lapping up the adoration from her friend who was like a starstruck child talking to her. Emma Grede is an actual businesswoman, is a successful businesswoman, has a successful podcast. And much like when Meghan mentioned Serena in it, you could tell there's an element of it where Meghan doesn't even stand up to the success that the woman who's interviewing her does. And I think it really starts to seep through. She cannot handle strong, powerful, direct women.
Part of the fascination stems from Harry's unique position. He remains one of the most recognizable members of the royal family despite no longer carrying out official duties. Every move he makes is analyzed. Every absence becomes a headline. And every new report invites fresh theories. Meanwhile, Meghan Markle remains equally scrutinized. Supporters argue she is unfairly blamed for virtually every controversy involving the Sussexes. Critics claim her public image continues to generate division among royal observers. As a result, even ordinary travel arrangements can quickly become global news. The larger question may not be whether Harry is avoiding anyone. It may be why the public remains so captivated by every aspect of his life. More than 4 years after leaving royal duties, interest in Harry and Meghan shows no sign of fading. Stories about reconciliation with the royal family continue to dominate headlines. Questions about future projects continue to generate debate. And every public appearance is examined for clues about what might be happening behind closed doors. Yet the reality is far simpler. Only Harry and Meghan truly know the state of their relationship. Only they understand the pressures they face. And only they can confirm or deny the countless rumors circulating online. Until then, speculation will continue to fill the gaps. What we do know is that Prince Harry remains one of the most talked about public figures in the world. Whether he's attending an event, traveling privately, or staying out of sight altogether, attention inevitably follows. For now, the mystery surrounding his latest disappearance remains exactly that, a mystery. And as royal watchers search for answers, one thing is certain. The story of Prince Harry and Meghan Markle continues to captivate audiences around the globe. But are these latest rumors signs of something bigger? Or are they simply another example of the intense scrutiny that follows the Sussexes wherever they go? Let us know what you think in the comments below. And if you enjoyed this video, don't forget to like, subscribe, and turn on notifications for more royal news and analysis.